What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing a Smackdown review. We started off with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair and everything that's leading up to the TLC match. Then we had Paige in the ring for the TLC signing contract. She introduces Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. They get in the ring. Everybody has their chance to do some grandstanding. Everybody signs a contract. Becky Lynch leaves. Asuka challenges Charlotte Flair. And then Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville come out. They're still bitching about how they're not getting an opportunity. And then Paige makes a tag team match. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Asuka and Charlotte Flair. This was actually a surprisingly decent match. Halfway through the match, Becky Lynch comes out to sit at ringside. The heels do quite a bit of interference. Asuka ended up getting a boot by Charlotte Flair, and then Asuka runs in and gives a knee to Charlotte Flair as she's trying to pin Sonya Deville. Deville turns it around, pins Charlotte Flair, so the heels win. Like I said, it was surprisingly good. Usually these thrown together tag team matches are usually trash, but I like this one. It's actually pretty good. We then have Xavier Woods, Cesaro, and Jey Uso in a triple threat match with the New Day, Sheamus, and Jimmy Uso at ringside. This was an interesting match. I mean, we've seen these three teams fighting each other, but this, I think, is the first time in a while, if not ever, I've ever seen just a triple threat match, including these three people. It's not often we get triple threat matches on SmackDown, so like I said, this was pretty good. I liked it. Xavier Woods and Jimmy Uso were doing a lot of flying. There was one segment where Cesaro had Jey Uso in the swing with Xavier Woods on his back. That looked pretty cool. Jey Uso was able to get the super kick on Cesaro for the win. I was honestly surprised. I was expecting to see some big brawl between everybody somewhere throughout this whole match, but it actually went pretty straight. We then have Miz TV. Yay. Before it starts to get off the ground, they're interrupted by R-Truth and Carmella with a dance break. He introduces Daniel Bryan. He comes out, and The Miz tells Bryan that he was right all along about winning at all costs. Daniel Bryan runs down the crowd, calling them sheep, and it seems to me that Daniel Bryan's character is now an angry environmentalist. The Miz gets down to the question at hand and asks Daniel Bryan, "Are you champion because of what I said, yes or no?" Daniel Bryan responds, "Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Get on with it!" and says that Daniel Bryan is dead and that he's the new Daniel Bryan. AJ's music hits. He comes out with a purpose. AJ and Bryan fight, and The Miz gets involved, giving a skull-crushing finale to AJ Styles. Could this mean a possible team-up with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles? Who knows? But it's later on announced that the main event will be AJ Styles versus The Miz. So then we go to our next match, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. Again. I was honestly expecting more of the same match that we've seen over and over and over again, but this one was actually pretty good. I'm glad to say that Randy Orton wasn't going after Jeff Hardy's ear holes, but Jeff Hardy had a good bit of offense on here. He got Randy Orton on the announcer's table. It looked like he was going to go for a swanton bomb from up on the top rope, but Samoa Joe turned up on the Titantron. He's at a bar, and he's taking a dig at Jeff Hardy. This distracts Hardy enough for Randy Orton to get the RKO and get the pin. After the match, Samoa Joe makes a public service announcement about drinking and makes a quick jab at Jeff Hardy's past. Which then brings us to our main event, The Miz versus AJ Styles. Backstage, Daniel Bryan says he's going to be over at commentary. This was a pretty decent match. I liked it. It probably would have made it a lot better if Daniel Bryan would just shut the up. There was a good bit of back and forth. They had a pretty good runtime through this match. Daniel Bryan tried to interfere. He ended up catching a boot by AJ Styles. AJ got The Miz into the calf crusher. The Miz tapped out. And as AJ is celebrating in the ring, Daniel Bryan attacks him from behind. He starts working on AJ Styles' knee. He gets on the microphone, calls the crowd fickle, and then goes back to attacking AJ again, stomping at his head. And with this, we end tonight's SmackDown. Once again, SmackDown is far better than Raw. I really don't know what's up on the Raw side with the writing and all the storylines, but oh my God, Raw is terrible, and SmackDown keeps hitting it out of the park over the supposed A show. The matches here are pretty good. I really don't think there was much of a low point. I mean, if you want to count all the talk points, then maybe. But there were so few and in between, you really didn't notice them. But like I said, SmackDown was awesome this week. But that'll do it for this episode of SmackDown Review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's SmackDown and what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.